Hello everyone, myself Dr. Hemakumar. In this session, I will be discussing about program development life cycle in problem solving using C++. Program development life cycle. The PDLC is a process used in software engineering to manage the development of software program. The PDLC is similar to software development life cycle, but it's applied at a higher level to manage the development of multiple software programs or projects. What is program development lifecycle? The program development lifecycle is an iterative process that allows for the feedback and adjustment to made at each phase to ensure that the final product meet the need of the stakeholders and is of high quality. The program development lifecycle is a systematic way of developing quality software. It also provides an organized plan for breaking down the task of program development into manageable chunks, each of which must be completed before moving on the next phase. The phases of program development lifecycle, there are 7 phases. The first one is planning, second one is analyzing, third one is designing, fourth is implementation, fifth is testing, sixth is deployment, and finally it is a maintenance. The phase planning. In this phase, the goals and objectives of the programs are defined and a plan is developed to achieve them. This includes identifying the resources required and determining the budget and schedule for the program. After planning, the second stage is analysis. In this analysis phase, requirements for the programs are defined and analyzed. This includes identifying the stakeholders, their needs and expectations, and determining the functional and non-functional requirements for the program. After analyzing, it comes a designing phase. In this designing, the programmer architects and designs are developed. This includes creating a detailed design of the program components and interfaces as well as determining how program will be tested and deployed. After designing, implementation phases occurred. In this phase, the program is developed and coded. This include writing the program source code and creating any necessary documentation. And then testing phase. In this, program is tested to ensure that it meets the requirement and is free of defect. And then deployment. In this phase, the program is deployed, made available to user. And finally, the maintenance stage. After the deployment, the program is maintained by fixing any bugs or errors that are found and updating the program to meet changing requirements. Steps in program development lifecycle. The program development process is divided into 6 major steps. First one is defining the problem. The first step is to define the problem. In major software project, there is a job for system analyst who provide the result of their work to programmer in the form of program specification. The program specification define the data used in program. The processing that system that should take place while finding a solution, the format of the output and the user interface. And second stage is designing the program. The program design starts by focusing on main goal that program is trying to achieve and then breaking the program into manageable components, each of which contribute to this goal. This approach of program design is called top-down program design or modular programming. The first step involves identifying main routine, which is the one of the program major objectives. From that point, programmer tried to divide the various components of main routine into a smaller part called modules. For each modules, the programmer draw a conceptual plan using an appropriate program design tool to visualize how the modules will do its assigned job. Program design tools are the various program design tools are described here. That is, first is structure chart. A structure chart, also called as a hierarchy chart, shows the top-down design of the program. Each box in the structure chart indicates the task that programs must accomplish. The top modules, called the main modules, are control modules, for example, structure chart. Another is an algorithm, designing an algorithm. An algorithm is a step-by-step description of how to arrive at a solution in the most easiest way. Algorithms are not restricted to computer world only. In fact, we use them in everyday life. After writing algorithm, we go for the flowchart. A flowchart is a diagram that shows the logic of the program. Then decision making tables. The decision making table is a special kind of a table which is divided into four parts by a pair of horizontal and vertical lines. And finally, we are going to do a pseudocode. A pseudocode is another tool to describe the way to arrive at a solution. They are different from algorithm by the fact that they are expressed in a programming language like construct. Third step is coding the program. Coding the program means translating an algorithm into specific programming language. The technique of programming use only well-defined control structures is known as a structured programming. The programmer must follow the language rules. Violation of any rules cause error. Those errors must be eliminated before going to the next step. Fourth is testing and debugging the program. After removal of syntax error, the program will execute it. However, the output of a program may not be correct. This is because of logical error in the program. A logical error is a mistake that the programmer made while designing the solution of a problem. So the programmer must find and correct logical error by carefully examining the program output using test data. Syntax error and logical errors are collectively known as bugs. The process of identifying errors and eliminating them is known as a debugging stage. Finally, the documenting the program. After testing, the software project is almost completed. The structure, chart, pseudocode, flowchart, and decision tables developing using the design phase become documentation for others who are associated with the software project. This phase ends by writing a manual that provides an overview of programs functionalities, tutorials for the beginners, in a deep, in-depth explanation of major program features, reference documentation of all the program commands, and through a description of error message generated by the program. And after designing, documenting, the program is deployed and maintained the program. In the final stage, the program is deployed, that is installed at the user's site. Here all the program is kept under watch till the user gives a green signal to it. Even after the software is completed, it needs to maintain and evaluate regularly. In software maintenance, the program team fix program errors and update the software. Benefits of using program development lifecycle. First is provide a structured approach. That PDLC provide a structured approach to developing software, which helps to ensure that program is developed in logical and organized way. Second, it facilitate the communication. PDLC help to facilitate communication between different stakeholders such as developer, project manager, and customer. Third one is identifies and manages risk. PDLC help to identify and manage potential risk during the development of program, allowing for proactive measures to be taken to mitigate them. Fifth one is improve the quality. PDLC helps to improve the quality of final product by providing systematic approach to the testing and quality assurance. And lastly, the increasing efficiency. By following the PDLC, the development process becomes more efficient as it allows for better planning and organization. Even program development lifecycle has its own limitation. The limitations are like it can be a time consuming. The following a strict PDLC can be a time consuming, may delay the development of the program. Second one can be a inflexible. The rigid structure of PDLC may not be suitable for all types of software development project and may limit the ability to incorporate changes or new ideas. And thirdly, it can be a costly. Implementing a PDLC may require additional resources and budget which can costly for development organization. And next is can be a complex. PDLC can be complex and may require a certain level of expertise and knowledge to implement efficiency, and it also may not be suitable for small project. PDLC may not be suitable for smaller project as it can be an overskilled and would not be cost effective. Thank you.